Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the freaking internet. Oh, yes. Hello. Welcome back to another fine episode here in our Let's Play Survival Hardcore world. And of course, we're totemless because we ain't no wusses. If we lose the world, we lose the world, and that's all there is to it. So we have a lot of random tasks assigned for today specifically, as we usually do. Due to the nature of me having extreme ADHD, I kind of do things in a random order, just hoping for the best, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it does not, and that is all up for debate. So, again, I have not realized, I have not looked at any of the clips that I've recorded. I've just been recording a bunch, and randomly I jump from task to task. So, we shall see what we're doing, we shall see what we get up to, and we'll figure it out from there. And of freaking course, we're gonna dive right into a nice, beautiful tree cutting time lapse because, well, we need to. This entire forest needs to be taken care of, jungle rather, not forest, so that we can actually put our own forest here and enhance the game's capabilities of what we can and cannot do. It's going to be a great experience. We're going to go into a little bit of music, and hopefully, we get a lot of the tree chopping business done and under control. Let's go. now setting a course for adventure. Not really. We need to dig out some of this landscape here and get it all good looking good. And I know we did a little bit of this in the last episode here, but we're going to run through it as fast as we freaking can. And you'll see what I mean by that in a second. Here we go. Alright, so we're carving out the path. We're putting in some of the blocks. We're getting rid of some of the stone. We're filling it in. We're putting the mud down for the water. We're filling it with water. Bing, bang, boom, it's done. And let's add ourselves some tilled soil now. We got grass, boom, plants, boom. Let's go, easy. Now we need to add some bushes, some lights, some more tilling. All the things, and it's done. Bam! Easy. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Alright, so now we needed to collect a bunch more of the leaves. We spent a little bit of time doing that before we realized that we had enough and we could continue on with our decorating of the area over there. Bing, bang, boom, we're building a tree. Again, I know my ADHD allows for some weird transitions and weird ways that we do this game, to be honest. You guys will just have to kind of get used to that, because truly we just do it and I can't really help myself. We do so many little random things, each that take, 15, 20, 30 minutes each, and then I randomly jump to the next thing once I am satisfied with what we are doing in that particular moment, which is a little bit hard to get your bearings on, but I assure you it's like how my brain realistically thinks in the real world, which a lot of people probably don't understand. The ability to not stay focused on any given task unless you also have ADHD. Then you kind of understand exactly what it is that I'm doing here, which is a very, very weird thing. But we're trying to build out our forest here, so we're kind of emanating from one corner over here. I randomly and arbitrarily chose this particular corner in which to start on. From there, we're going to emanate all the way to the other corner of the island, and I think that is the best way to do this. Simply start at one end, do all the little random tasks as we see fit, but then we can simply keep going as it continues to grow and grow and grow, which is pretty cool. In other news, I am getting pretty damn good at building all of these weird quote-unquote spruce trees, even though they're not really spruce trees. We're going to call them spruce trees for lack of a better definition here. That's how it goes. So we're going to strap ourselves in, go for another musical time-lapse, and we will be right back in just a minute with hopefully up-to-date information. So, we're building some more trees along this riverbank here, and I think it's going to be a very, very good thing for us. The more trees we have in this forest, obviously, the better. But you can't simply have 1,000 different trees without doing some other kind of preparation first. So, you do need open areas, and those are important for points of I want to be able to see things in a very specific way in this entire forest here. That being said, you shouldn't be able to see a lot of the buildings because there is a lot of tree cover in the area. So as you walk around, your perspective should change. By making it like that, I think the forest becomes more dynamic. There's surprises on every turn, and not really a surprise, we know it's there, but you won't be able to clearly see it. And that is a really, really good thing. We can kind of play with our vision then, and as we decide to do that, things will change. We're going to have to look at things from many different angles, which is why this is going to take me as long as it is. Once we've got a game plan and I actually start to sit down and make some kind of list for all the things that we need to do. We'll probably be a little bit more efficient at this, but if you know me at all, I don't really make lists that often, so we'll see if that even happens to begin with, or if we continue to just wing it as I always have. That's just me in a nutshell. I wing it. I wing life. I wing everything I do, pretty much. I just wing it. Whenever a situation arises, usually I'm able to buckle down and figure out what I need to do in that couple split seconds that you have there, but very rarely do I actually make a plan and stick to it 100% of the way. I am very flexible with all plans that I do make, even if it's, one or two things. Very, very flexible. Keep an open mind, and you are able to do things at a different pace than I feel everyone else is. And that's kind of a weird thing, but I think it's my ADHD superpower, and that's just how it goes. So we're going to do another couple quick cuts. We'll be back, and we'll talk about what we have going on right this second, all right? Be right back. All right, so we're finishing up a couple of the trees here. You'll see us change angles a few times dramatically. I don't know why, but we take a look at things, we hop down, we continue, we put more leaves on the trees, and we try our best to just knock it out and seamlessly and flawlessly continue the tree that we've got going. I think it works very well, and you can see every single tree that we start to add really does make a difference in this. Every rock, every boulder, every little detail adds up to a lot of things here. And that is really what we are trying to achieve. Next up, we're going on an actual adventure in search of something we need. I realized I was being a little bit weird and secretive with what we were doing, but we were looking to get a bunch of clay. We need it for a lot of our boulders and rocks and all the different things. So we needed one of two things. We needed to either find a swamp in which there is plenty of clay to collect, albeit a little bit dangerous and a little inefficient, or you can find what you need, which is a lush cave system. In order to do that, you need to find one of those azalea trees. And I was looking desperately everywhere I could find, trying to find one of those particular trees. I couldn't find it. I was really, really trying too. Just looking left, looking right, going in random directions in the hopes that maybe we would find an azalea tree. But alas, we found the swamp first and decided to continue my journey before finally finding one of the azalea trees. And that is what we're doing now. We're going to go and dig down all the way to the lush cave so that we can get ourselves an ample amount of the freaking clay. And that is going to help us immensely because all of those boulders give just a little bit of a blue hue. And that blue hue looks really good and pops in our forest because there's so much greenery, because there's so much browns. All of these things are good. Water helps to balance that, as well as blue tints and other variations of colors as well. I genuinely feel that all of those things are important to making it pop. And although you don't want them to be the absolute center of attention because they are popping too much, you do want there to be some degree of poppage. And this is exactly one of those ways that we're going to do that. I have a few other tricks for things that we can use for rocks that we are going to implement here. And that should also help to get all of it in order and make things nice and smooth looking with that little pop of color every so often. I think it'll be really, really freaking nice. I know it's been a very weird episode. It always is with me because you never truly know what you're gonna get, and that is absolutely okay. Because I tend to do that. I don't know. Can't really explain it, but I randomly come across things that I need to do in that moment, and if I don't do it, then I don't really know what I'm doing in terms of our time here in this world, how brief or how long it is. But I think that is going to do it for me for today. So thank you so much for watching, guys. And until next time, ciao.